So the sun is out, there's plenty of shadow, so there's no longer any worries about electricity here down at the Monkey Lab. And we have got our outboard basically and boat ready to go. So this throttle is all wired in, we've got a reverse button, we've got an on-off switch, we've got the big old hole in the outboard covered up. We have this attached so that you can't accidentally pull it out. Gummed up the backs of these connectors so that hopefully splashes won't get down there. Obviously the front of the connector isn't waterproof, fully waterproof, but when they're connected it's not a gaping hole unlike the back. We've got a little custom made battery tray here and a bunch of straps and a plan to tie the battery down. This outboard and the battery look ridiculous compared to the boat. If the outboard has anything like as much power as it looks like it should, this boat should be fast. However, it ain't going to go for long because we've only got enough leaf cells to make 14S 50 volts, and so it's about 70% state of health, so I'm guessing about 2 kilowatt hours. Yeah, not very much. If your motor's pulling 4, I think the controller is rated for 4 continuous, so maybe 6 or 7 peak. Yeah, 2 kilowatt hours, that's less than half an hour running. This battery box is sort of vaguely waterproof. I've used highly professional sealant, same as I did on the connectors, like here. So this is windscreen sealant, which apparently doesn't move. Well, it's got a slight bit of flex, but you're never getting it off. So that is always going to be like that. But yes, it should keep that good and waterproof. We have got a wonderful Nissan Leaf circuit breaker straight out the top of a battery. But also another good thing about that is that down there is a decent sized fuse. So we do have some protection in here. More Nissan Leaf stuff. And then unfortunately my satiator died in my attempts at recharging from a Tesla. So my normal way of charging this is dead. And instead what I'm having to do here is use this Meanwell power supply, which, while it says it's a 15 volt, you can adjust it up and down with this tiny little screw on the side. So it's currently at 16.1, which is going to charge 4 cells at a time, which is what we've got going on here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. And feeling that wire and hearing that fan, it's going reasonably hard. So let's see. Where are we at? Yep, 20 amps is going in at the moment. And we're at 15.7 volts on those. This 4 here are at 16.1, that 4 there at 16.1. We're on our way up. I do have a BMS, it's on its way from China. So for the initial sea trials, we are just going to be running it BMS-less. So we've got to keep a close eye on everything. What else is there to show you? Oh yeah. So I was going to put the disconnect in the top here, and so I cut the hole in the lid and then decided that was a silly idea because it would mean that you could never take the lid off without having all these cables attached. So yeah, got a patch stuck on there, got it branded up so everyone knows it's the Raglan's electric baboon who's off boating or the wreckage that they find. I have a friend who is keen on his boating and also volunteers at the Coast Guard, which here in New Zealand is basically the lifeboats. They're the guys who come save you if you mess up. And he was looking at all of this. Yeah, I suggest you join the Coast Guard. It's a lot cheaper if you get rescued when you're a member. So he's obviously got full confidence. Anyhow, hopefully in the next couple of days we will get this thing on the water and see whether it's a goer or not. Alrighty, I hope you like this silly venture. and thanks for watching. Have a nice cheese.